Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Dorian Finney-Smith was very good last season and won over Lakers fans. And there is a lot of concern, because Dorian Finney-Smith will be a free agent and he has a player option. Some teams have already shown interest in the player and one of them is the New York Knicks. Losing Dorian Finney-Smith to the rival would be a shame, because he is very important to the Lakers roster and is being praised by Luka Doncic and LeBron James. The Lakers need to re-sign Dorian Finney-Smith urgently, or they will lose him to other teams. LA Lakers general manager Rob Pelinka must consider extending one of his key players to ensure Luka Doncic is at his happiest. The 2024-25 regular season sparked a ray of hope for the Los Angeles Lakers as they clinched the third seed in the Western Conference. However, the Laker Nation's happiness didn't last long as they were eliminated in the first round at the hands of the Minnesota Timberwolves. With the Lakers facing an early elimination, it became clear that the front office needed to make a few key changes to the roster ahead of next season. Re-signing Dorian Finney-Smith should be a priority for the LA Lakers. Signing a quality center should be priority number one for the purple and gold this offseason, there's no denying that. Considering the Lakers have $50 million plus in expiring contracts, it should give GM Rob Pelinka incredible flexibility. Among those contracts also lies the $15.3 million player option of Dorian Finney-Smith. While there's no word on whether DFS will opt in or decline and sign a better deal, Pelinka needs to make the latter happen. Finney-Smith averaged 7.9 points, 3.6 rebounds, and 1.4 assists per game for the Lakers last season. But more importantly, re-signing Finney-Smith could be key to convincing superstar Luka Doncic to sign a longer deal with the Lakers. As of now, Doncic is eligible to sign a 4-year, $228 million contract extension with the Lakers ahead of the 2025-26 NBA season. The Dorian Finney-Smith connection for Luka Doncic. Despite a rocky end to the 2024-25 season, there's no doubt that Doncic is one of the most talented superstars in the NBA right now. For reasons beyond the average NBA fan's understanding, the Dallas Mavericks decided to part ways with Doncic in a blockbuster trade. Whether it was a stroke of luck for the Lakers or not, it's time for Pelinka to ensure that Luka stays committed to the team. To do that, he needs to surround Doncic with people he trusts, and that includes Finney-Smith. The two stars shared the locker room with the Mavs. Moreover, Doncic was delighted to find DFS on the roster when he was traded to the Lakers. Although Doncic has played fewer than 30 games for the Lakers in the regular season, it's clear that he shares an excellent bond with Finney-Smith. Keeping that in mind, Pelinka needs to do everything in his power to convince Finney-Smith to re-sign with the purple and gold, thus improving the Lakers' odds of keeping Doncic happy in the longer run. Dalton Connect numbers before and after the Luka Doncic trade explored, and what it meant for the LA Lakers. The 2024-25 NBA season was full of ups and downs for one Los Angeles Lakers rookie. Getting drafted to a team as iconic as the Los Angeles Lakers is a dream come true for any NBA prospect. Tennessee's Dalton Connect fulfilled that dream when the Lakers picked him with the number 17 overall pick in the 2024 NBA draft. Connect emerged as an explosive prospect in his final year in the NCAA, earning a consensus AA nod amid other accolades. For what it's worth, DK was off to a terrific start with the Lakers as well. The rise of Dalton Connect with the purple and gold. Having been picked in the middle of the first round, Connect surely has many positive aspects to his game. Evidently, many believe the Lakers struck gold with an underrated prospect. Taking a look back at his rookie season, Connect put himself on the map in November 2024. The then 23-year-old scored 114 points in a 5-game stretch, simultaneously climbing the NBA's Rookie of the Year ladder. In fact, he averaged 13.6 points, 4.0 rebounds, and 1.2 assists per game in November 2024, playing a stellar 26.4 minutes per game. According to data provided by SofaScore, Connect averaged 9.4 points, 3.1 rebounds, and 0.9 assists per game while shooting 46.5% from the field and 35.8% from deep until the NBA trade deadline. But things started to go downhill for the terrific prospect after he was dealt to the Charlotte Hornets in a trade for Mark Williams. Although the Lakers rescinded the trade, Connacht's confidence took a major hit, and head coach J.J. Redick seemingly started losing trust in the highly touted rookie. J.J. Redick losing trust meant a brutal fall for Connacht. Connacht's confidence was expectedly shaken to the core after his return to the Lakers. He eventually regained it, thanks to mentorship from Lakers veterans, but the damage was already done. The Lakers rookie had an abysmal February 2025, averaging just 5.1 points, 1.6 rebounds, and 0.4 assists while featuring in just 13.6 minutes per game. DK did average 19.2 minutes per game in March 2025, but his numbers fell to 10.1 points, 2.7 rebounds, and 1.2 assists per game. Coach Redick once again cut Connacht's minutes in April 2025. By the time the 2025 NBA playoffs started, it became obvious that Connacht was no longer a crucial part of Redick's rotation. For context, Connacht played just 2 games in the playoffs for a grand total of 4 minutes. He averaged just 2.5 points and 1.5 rebounds per game, which is not a surprise considering his restricted exposure. Breakdown of Luka Doncic contract extension options with Lakers this offseason. There are many things the Los Angeles Lakers must take care of this offseason, but arguably the most important is locking down superstar guard Luka Doncic to a long-term contract extension. It has already been rumored that the Lakers will go whatever route Doncic prefers in terms of a new deal, but which way the guard will go is unknown. There are 3 different options for an extension between Doncic and the Lakers this summer, and ESPN analyst Bobby Marks broke them down, and ultimately expects Luka to choose the route that will allow for him to re-enter free agency and make back the money he lost when the Dallas Mavericks traded him. Doncic and the Lakers can agree to a 3-year, $160 million extension after the NBA Finals conclude. But because he was traded February 2nd, the Lakers have to wait until August 2nd if the goal is to extend him for the maximum allowed, 4 years and $229 million. There are multiple variations of a new extension for Doncic. A 4-year, $229 million max, where the $51 million first-year salary for 2026 to 27 replaces the player option for that season. And, more likely, a 3-year, $165 million extension that includes a player option in the 3rd year. The short-term extension would allow Doncic to re-enter free agency sooner and potentially recoup the $345 million he lost when he was traded from the Mavericks. Doncic, for his part, confirmed to ESPN's Malika Andrews in an interview before the postseason that his intention is to remain with the Lakers. But while there should be confidence in Doncic extending, showing him what a post-LeBron James roster could look like is a major priority. What to expect? Doncic signs a 3-year, $165 million deal with a player option for 2028 to 29. The 3-year extension would get Doncic to 10 years of service in the NBA, which would then allow for him to sign the biggest supermax contract. He has certainly earned that, and if Doncic is going to sign a 3-year deal, then getting the extra $5 million by waiting until August 2nd just makes the most sense. But Luka could just prefer to lock in as much money as he can get right now, and he would certainly still be in line for a supermax a year later. Whether it is a 3- or 4-year extension, the Lakers simply want to make sure that Doncic is locked in with the franchise for the foreseeable future, and they will do whatever it takes to make that happen this offseason. Lakers Luka Doncic reveals pros and cons of living in LA. It took some time for Luka Doncic to process being traded to the Lakers, as it was completely unexpected. But one thing he is enjoying is living in Los Angeles. The Lakers superstar recently spoke about what he loves about LA, saying that he loves the ocean, and this is the first time he's played in a city that has one. He also enjoys all of the celebrities that attend Lakers games. However, like everyone else in the city, he does not enjoy the LA traffic. Luka Doncic predicted to take $63 million hit on Lakers contract following $100 million plus loss in Mavericks trade. NBA Insider predicts Luka Doncic will take a $63 million hit to his projected earnings in the upcoming Lakers contract extension. Lakers star Luka Doncic is being groomed to take over the team from LeBron James after he retires. The signs of the transition from the LeBron era to the Doncic era in the Lakers have been clear ever since he was traded from the Mavericks. But the biggest question that Doncic and the Lakers faced in the upcoming summer is regarding his contract extension. Doncic was eligible for a 5-year, $345.3 million Supermax contract extension with the Mavericks, but he was traded to the Lakers. Now, he can sign a $228 million extension with the Lakers. The trade meant he'll miss out on the larger potential Supermax deal and lose over $100 million in potential income. Now, NBA insider Bobby Marks has predicted that the Lakers star will take a further $63 million hit on his potential earnings and sign a 3-year, $165 million extension. This comes in light of rumors that LeBron James will also exercise his player option and is not expected to take a friendlier deal for the team. Considering that the Lakers have clarified that they are going to build their roster around Doncic now, it is not far-fetched to predict that it will have to be Doncic who makes the sacrifice for the Lakers. He reportedly demanded that the Lakers bring on an athletic lob threat, be it in the form of a center or wing. For the Lakers to be able to sign a high-caliber lob threat, they need cap space, which they won't have enough of if Doncic takes the original deal. The Lakers are currently not a second-apron team. But for the 2025-26 season, they are only $16 million in salary cap space away from that category. This means that the only way the Lakers will be able to make big moves in the offseason and free agency is if James takes a team-friendly deal instead of exercising his player option or Doncic takes a massive pay cut. Moreover, there is also the question of extending contracts of young talent like Austin Reeves, who is eligible for an extension from July 2025. If they do not have cap space to sign Reeves, they could likely lose him to free agency, as he is likely to command much more than what the Lakers will be capable of paying. Underscore 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 underscore. Lakers trade rumors, targets and best fit. From Onyeka Okongwu to Brook Lopez, several big men have been rumored to be linked to the Lakers in a potential move in the offseason. The Lakers nearly acquired 7-foot center Mark Williams in a trade with the Hornets. This trade was then reversed after the Hornets allegedly failed to meet a trade criterion. One name very commonly brought up in discussions about the Lakers is Doncic's former teammate Daniel Gafford. During Doncic's time with the Mavericks, he developed strong chemistry with the 7-foot big man. From lobs on offense to shot blocking on defense, Daniel Gafford may be the best choice for the Mavericks. During the Mavericks' run to the NBA Finals last season, Gafford averaged 9.0 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 1.5 blocks in 22 games. Moreover, this season, Gafford averaged 12.3 points, 6.8 rebounds, and 1.8 blocks in 57 games. His shot blocking, rebounding, and lob threat on offense make him the perfect fit for this role. Lakers finally fill their center hole in latest projected trade. The former first-round pick would be a perfect fit in Los Angeles. The spectacular regular season the Los Angeles Lakers enjoyed was overshadowed by their opening round loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves in the Western Conference playoffs. The Lakers pride themselves on pursuing and winning championships. That has been the goal for the franchise year in and year out for quite some time. To get back on the right track for the 2025-26 campaign, Rob Pelinka and the rest of the front office know that the center position must be addressed, and one veteran would do just that for the purple and gold. As Los Angeles fans know, the Purple and Gold ultimately chose to make a trade with the Charlotte Hornets for Mark Williams in a deal that was rescinded following an issue with Williams' team physical. What wasn't known at the time is that Williams wasn't the only Southeastern Division big man that the Lakers had on their radar, and those negotiations could be revisited this summer. Lakers address center issue in latest projected trade for Onyeka Okongwu. ESPN's Dave McMenamin reported that the Lakers made a call to the Atlanta Hawks ahead of the trade deadline to see what it would take to swing a deal for former USC Trojans big man Onyeka Okongwu. So, what would it potentially take to lure Okongwu back home to Southern California? Los Angeles Lakers receive Onyeka Okongwu. Atlanta Hawks receive Rui Hachimura. Dalton Connect. 2031 first-round pick. This projected trade would give up slightly more than the deal to add Williams at the deadline would have. However, the case can be made that Okongwu is a more valuable player than the Hornets' big man at this stage of their respective careers. Los Angeles needs a true difference maker in the painted area, and swinging a trade for Okongwu would provide the Lakers with just that, and, at the end of the day, they won't have to give up any core pieces of the puzzle to potentially make it happen.